Yo guys, how we doing? Good morning. Hey, nuclear. Hello, hello. Oh yeah, boss. If you life and weak performing, what can I say? Artin feeling cute? Nuclear, do you mind if I ask you a question? It is like kind of your opinion on something. Probably something that you wouldn't expect for me to ask. Just a random thing. Like out of nowhere. Random question to start the day. Hey, art-wise though, I'm getting a little, I won't say sick of this art, but I definitely need to like push this and get this done. Do you think if somebody is an alcoholic, they can become not an alcoholic? Do you think that is possible for somebody to like, I don't know, become not an addict, basically? Or do you think this is impossible? I told you it was going to be random. Hey Dolores, is the next alcoholic myself? Yes. But like as an like ex-alcoholic, have you had it bad? Like were you like a fucking down bad alcoholic? As of like somebody who'd ruined their whole life over it? And then you got to a point where it's like you don't even care about it? Depends on how deep the alcoholism runs. Yeah, I would say there's definitely degrees to that, right? I think even like clinically, it has like stages. Although I think the first stage is like literally what everybody would kind of be diagnosed with. I think first stage of alcoholism is if you find like the state of being drunk pleasant, which I don't know, I do. I feel like most people do, because it's just fun. As a former damn guys, you're all fucking former alcoholics? What is going on here? I'm in a mental hospital to recover for almost a year. Damn. But you guys would say that you can't change from it, right? Like it's, you can become up to a point where, how do I say, where it's like, if you didn't tell that, people wouldn't know, basically, right? No, drink tea instead. It's nice, I drink tea too. It wasn't bad enough that I had the shakes, but it got to a point where I didn't know how to stay from it without outside help. Yeah, that does sound bad enough, dude. God damn. Hey, alright, I ain't laughing at your pain, dude. I'm just curious what you think. I didn't expect that. I was expecting an IDK answer. Yeah, ain't laughing at you boys. Aside from just not drinking on gatherings and parties. Yeah, that I assume is like still would be the thing for you, right? Like you wouldn't be able to like just kind of do one drink and get away with it. You would like, you know that you'll snap and you just don't do it. Hey, Pin. Yeah, so you boys think that you like, you can recover from it, right? I think his forearm into the hand here, like, they look extremely long. I don't know, no, man. You have different names everywhere, and sometimes it occasionally changes it up. Yo, I'm doing good, I'm doing good. I definitely don't have drinking problems, for sure, at least not yet. Doing well, Artin. Hand is a little hurting, but I honestly think that all my wrist pains, or like for the most part, are kinda, I've been misdiagnosing them, and it's like pain somewhere else in the hand, in the arm, and then it goes down. You know how like sometimes you have like pain in your like back, and then it shoots down your leg, and you think that your leg is hurting. Meanwhile, it's like the lower back all the time, all along. I think it's kind of this kind of scenario here. We have coping with psychological trauma issues. Damn. Oh shit. Well, I'm really glad you're doing better though. Cause yeah. You're an artist, you're gonna have some issues. I don't know. Like, my addiction kind of peaks at the cherry pie situation. Warm water? I don't know about that. What's one question, if I may ask? I just was curious, because I don't think I'm... I used to kind of try not to never talk about it, but now I think that it's just... I kind of don't care. The situation is that, like, my dad is a long time, like, alcoholic and like a drug addict, and we kind of cut all ties with him, but then it seemed like he was getting better past couple of years, and then just like yesterday, my sister called me and told that he was drinking again whenever she was visiting him, and that was like a huge thing. Because like he got really fucking drunk out of nowhere, and just like, you know, I'm just thinking, like, is there ever possible he recovers after doing that for like fucking, I don't know how, 30 plus years? Like, is that reasonable to expect for somebody, or like is it just... Not the cherry pie. Hey, the cherry pie addiction runs deep. Cherry pie addiction. And then, yeah, and then I was just messaging him this morning, and like, kind of asking about it. And of course, he has like a fucking million excuses to why that happened. But I've heard them like all too fucking many times. I'm just thinking like, is there even a point of like keeping up with the guy? Was he so? No, I'm saying he wasn't sober. That's I might have phrased it weirdly, but yeah, he's been doing it for 30 plus years. He's been doing it before I was fucking born. I don't know, dude. I'm like well past it. Like I'm long fucking beyond giving a fuck about him. It was just a case of, you know, like I've cut ties with the guy years ago. It's been nearly a decade where like I kind of cut all ties with him. But then like recent couple of years, he was kind of like getting back to it. You know, like it seemed like he was getting his life back together, and then I was like, damn, maybe I'll actually have a dad, and maybe like I don't know, be close or something. And then this happens, but I was kind of expecting for this to happen, to be honest. Like I wasn't even surprised. Like my sister got really affected and like really. I mean, it's difficult for her for the most part, but for me, I was just waiting for this to happen, and I'm just thinking like, is it even worth like listening to his excuses and like giving him another chance? It also sounds stupid to me too. Like, how can you be like someone else's kid and you giving them chances, quote unquote? Like, who fucking cares what you have to think? But at the same time, like, what's the point of listening to all the excuses? Like, again, you know, the generation of your parents hardly changes. His burden is just cut the ties. I know it sounds harsh. No, that's what I've done like all my life. It doesn't sound harsh. I mean, it is harsh, but at the same time, it's just like that's what you gotta do. But also, yeah, like the regeneration, it's like I usually don't like grouping people into like bigger. Like I don't like just generalizing, but it is their generation that is fucked. Like my friend's dad died recently because of fucking alcoholism. Like he drank himself to death. So like very real. Can you imagine they fucking do it? They just take the bottle and they just die. I mean, yeah, it was like, it was a little, there definitely was a little bit of hope there. But now I feel foolish to even like, of thinking that. You know, I'm not even upset at like, not having a dad back. I'm upset at myself for being naive and thinking that it was possible, you know? I don't know, sorry for maybe like bringing this up might not be like a topic that you would want to hear from like another stream, but I just, dude, I figured that if something is on my mind, I just cannot not talk about it. Like I swear, I'll bring the most like depressing and insufferable shit up like at any conversation if it's on my mind. So maybe it's just better for me to get it out of the chest early, so then maybe we can talk about fucking anime Mark Brunette again, you know. Talking about life is my favorite thing. Mine too, and I hope that the way I'm bringing this up, it's not like burdening, you know? I feel like there are ways how people can bring these topics up that is really insufferable, and it's like, oh, the whining again. But I feel like the way I do it, maybe I'm hoping and that's false, but I feel like the way I'm doing it is kind of like, I don't know, not that bad. Might even be entertaining in a way. If are you talking about parents? Yeah, we're talking about whole issues. Yeah, no matter. I don't want for them to leave though. You see, that's the whole point of live streaming. You don't necessarily want to have people from your stream to leave, you know. Yeah, but because like I was thinking about this whole thing, like I was starting to think that maybe you can change even from that like down bad position. Because dude, it really seemed like he was kind of getting it all back, you know. He was just like fucking traveling the world. He was just in Japan. He got married again, and I was like, damn, maybe he's actually doing well. And then yeah, like what happened is that my sister visited him, and he got like out of nowhere fucking hammered. And she told me the whole story was just exactly how I imagined it. And I'm just wondering now, like, is that even like, should you even expel it? Did anything even change? Probably not. Oh, nuclear, dude, no worries at all. Thank you, man. And also, is a rehab available where he lives? I mean, dude, it's of no use for sure. Like I don't even know how to describe this, but like we've dealt with him with like rehabs and everything for like decades, right? And it's like at some point you just like you don't even care anymore. Like it's not of a point where like anybody would help him. If anything, it's just like you kind of cut ties and think, oh, if he gets better on his own, then good, and if not, not. But now it's like I'm just like wondering theoretically, like, is it even possible to get better from this point? Wait, who are the people that you see whining and bothered? That's kind of ridiculous. Why would they think that if they don't provide anything? Even you to them, just no, dude, I was yeah, damn, my bad on like not explaining it thoroughly. I meant like the people who whining would have been like people in my position. I meant like, you know, you might tune in into someone else's stream and they like people just being professional victims complaining all the time, and it's insufferable to listen to, right? And I just didn't want to appear the same. So that's what I meant. I didn't mean like the people who are listening to you and like listening to you complain and then they whine. No, 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 no. Not... Usually people don't do that. They just leave if they don't like something. Hey, Gastonia, you're welcome. There's only so much you can help a person who doesn't want to help themselves. Yeah, and that's like I've kind of understood that for a long time, but It's also quite interesting too that I feel like I understand him. That's the thing. Because I don't know if you knew that, guys, but did you know that addictions are um you can like inherit them? Like if for example your parents or even anybody's like in the above generation was like has had an addiction, you're like fucking 6900% more likely to be like to have an addictive personality, quote unquote, and I feel like I do have it. Like to describe it simply, I feel like I have a tendency to use like a substance for like to deal with some like issues. It ain't as bad, like I've never like it's never been a problem, I would say that. But it's been enough of a thing for me to recognize that it like could potentially be a problem, right? So like I feel like I do understand him, but at the same time I'm just wondering like is it in can you possibly like recover from it? Because at some point it's like it's not even an issue that you have, it's like your trait, you know? Were my daddy issues inherited? Would you would you say your daddy issues are an addiction? Cherry pies and going to the gym is pretty harmless though. Well, it is, but like the whole circle, why like okay, dude, every time I bring this up I think it sounds ridiculous. Well, like whenever I'm saying that behavior is like it is like an addiction, but in reality it actually is. It's like binge eating is an addiction, right? Right, I think I've had enough of this. Maybe you'll come back to. Yeah, let me finish. I need to finish this quick commission. I have like an hour and a half on it. Yeah, so like binge eating, if you have like overall like a healthy lifestyle, of course it would not seem like an issue, but just like the fact that you're addicted at all is like an issue, you know? I saw that they did prove that some people they really can't just help it because it's in their DNA to be an addictive personality. Yeah, and like as people have already mentioned, like if you let's say you manage your drinking, but you just cannot drink because if you just do it once, if you just do one little sip, or even if you're like surrounded around people who drink, you'll eventually give in and like go like crazy on drinking. Is that does it really mean that you've dealt with it? Maybe it's like incurable now, right? It is clip stereo, yes. But addiction is a real thing. It is a real thing, yes. 100%. So I feel like I kind of do understand what he's dealing with, but at the same time, it's like, them. Them. Same with hard drugs, yeah. I also think that at some point, like after you do, especially like with drugs and alcohol, like it changes you forever. I feel like I don't know. I don't have an experience with that with those thankfully, but I feel like you just in general you just become a different person. Hey Dara. Which is kind of scary if you think about it. Terrifying. Technically, wouldn't drinking wine during pregnancy also affect the child? Oh yeah, I think that's... you probably shouldn't do that. Yeah, they are doing well, dude. Artin feeling cute. Artin and feeling cute. I've been doing this thing with my quick commissions. I was started adding the borders, playing with like colors and shapes and stuff like that. I was trying to make them kind of like more interesting than I usually do, because I feel like I have had a formulaic approach to quick commissions for a while, and it's time to change them up, make them a little more interesting. It's fishing. Do you feel like your addictive habits might lead to using less healthy substances? I feel like they wouldn't lead to it, but like... maybe that's why, like, I'm... okay. Let me think for a second. Well, I'm, like, inherently super wary of them, super against them, and, like, afraid of trying. So, like, I would have never tried, but I feel like if I ever did, it would have been an issue, you know? But I'll never... I never will, though. Mostly to my, because of my dad, again. Because I've seen what it can do to people, and, you know, like, fuck that. It ain't worth it. What addictive habits you talking about? Cherry pies? I mean, dude, unironically, yes. Cherry pies and smoking. I mean, I don't think you can say that binge eating is not an addiction. I think it is an addiction. The thing behind him looks like a super cool spaceship. It actually is a spaceship that are like... that's Draenei spaceships from WoW. That are like built up on a crystal or something. It is actually pretty cool, I think. That's why I decided to put it in. Thank you, man. Yeah, I think I've been doing just fine. I was gonna try cigarettes recently, but I was scared as fuck because you never know how the fate might play out. I mean, the cigarettes are just cringe, though. and they're disgusting. I've never tried them. Also, I think smoking is like nearly not as addictive as people make it out to be. I think it is just like as a... So when it comes to physical addiction, I don't think smoking is like nearly as like fucking addictive as people make it out to be. I think it's all about the psychological kind of like attachment to like whatever you're replacing with addiction. Cigarettes better than vapes? In like what way, dude? You mean like more addictive or? I can lower it a little bit. Since bulk in relation with smoking, it's addictive. It just doesn't lead to those other extremes of other substances. I had dollar for every, I can stop anytime. Well, yeah, with smoking, you at least like don't ruin someone else's lives, right? So it's a better you can put count to how much you smoke, and there's friction to smoking, so you want to quit more. Well, vapes are just inherently cringe, though, I would say. But cigarettes are disgusting on the other hand, right? They smoke terrible, they look terrible. They smell terrible. This is the thing though, like with smoking, it's like you cannot overdo it. That's the thing. Like I would say it's like a subtle difference. So I was thinking a lot about yesterday, because I was kind of just remembering how it's been with my dad since we started this whole thing because I was sharing just a little bit about like my dad. So the way for him, especially with alcohol, he would like get one drink one day, then get another drink another day, just like something super chill, just like one can of beer, then get another, and then on like the third or fourth day he would just fucking get destroyed, dude. He would drink himself into oblivion and then repeat that until he couldn't anymore for like a week or something. And I'm just thinking that it's probably because you do it once, you do it twice, you do it to like a quote-unquote healthy degree, right? Like something that people wouldn't consider problematic. But then your logical conclusion is to cut it out, because it's just, you know, what's the point, right? Like if you're just doing one drink, two drinks, it's I mean, you can logically conclude that it's just not worth it, because, you know, it's unhealthy, you're spending money, you're wasting time, like all those, you know, logical things. But then upon deciding to cut it out, you want to like, you sort of want to go all in last time. So it's kind of like restricting means that you want to go all out like one last time. It's the same mentality as with binge eating, right? You sort of want to get on like a healthy diet, but hey, damn, let me get fucking 10 cherry pies and just eat them all in once until I throw up. And it's the same with, I assume, like alcohol and probably drugs as well. Unlike with smoking, right? With smoking, before you give up, you wouldn't want to smoke fucking 2 packs of cigarettes in like one sitting, right? They're just not something that you want to do. I think it's quite a big difference with them. Hey Kuro, hey, did change your nickname as well. Yeah, shit was. I'm good. I'm good. We just we were just talking about it. You have to do more to smoke with cigarettes. You can actually count. But I don't know, smoke. I enjoy O2 and encourage others to quit. Yeah. Yeah. So I actually really wonder if that logic kind of follows with people, or is it just like something that kind of was that I like drew parallel with binge eating, and maybe that's what it's like with people, like for other addictions. I mean, the one that I just explained. Alright, never mind then. I don't know if maybe I did a bad job of explaining it. But I feel like his head is kind of like not even... Yo, Parcel, thank you, bro. Yeah, just kind of like doing it for the last time, and then just because it's like alcohol or drugs, you just cannot stop. Right, like that last time becomes so crucial that like... I mean, kind of how it is with binge eating. You're doing last time, and then you're doing last time, eat again the next day, and then last time again the next day. But just with harder stuff, you have like more consequences to it. Drinkers don't even say it. I feel like they do. Right, I assume that's kind of like the mentality. Actually, it's kind of crazy that alcohol is even allowed. Like, how is that even fucking being sold? That shit is so bad. Colleague that said this is his last year of smoking. This is last year of smoking. I like how he gives himself like a whole fucking year. Total, he needs to stop because of health concerns. Mm. There's so much money to be banned. Well, I mean, yeah, that's probably the reason. You're right. Oh, did they try to ban it? I had no idea. It'll definitely be difficult to ban though, I agree. I agree. Like at this point it'll be difficult to get rid of it. I'm wondering if I can do, if I need to do like harsher shadow here on the other part of the face. Maybe if they try to ban cigarettes in New Zealand to people born after a certain year, even if they're adults. Ooh, yeah, that's fucking smart. It's a good idea. Although I feel like younger generations kind of like do drink way less, or like do even smoke cigarettes too. Especially alcohol, I think, is way less of a problem. Kind of like, you know, with people like 20, 30 now. Fucking vaping, don't get me started. What's up with vaping? I rarely see people vape. Maybe it's just here. Alcohol and drugs have been so glorified that if you don't do it, you won't be in society and be looked down upon as boring. Dude, I think that's kind of like cope, though, no? I feel like it's you. So you already have to do that to like come back to that reasoning. It's not like you start because of that. Because I feel like people don't mind not fitting in. Like, especially now. I don't know, I guess it's kind of different. Like, I know that in the Asian cultures, it's like very important to quote-unquote fit in. People care about your status or whatever. That's what I got told. I've never been there. For me, it's fucking... Isn't Eastern European. It's hard to imagine what the fuck your status means. Bro, what status? I just fucking stay home and paint WoW characters. Like, what are we talking about status there? Right, so I have no idea. Our generation does hard drugs more. I don't think that's necessarily true either. I feel like our generation's more addicted to like social media and like video games and like TikToks and stuff like that. Vaping so annoying because in many places they don't look as cigarettes. The people do it indoors and everything smells like bubblegum infused smoke. I think, okay, I sort of see what you mean, but I don't think it is as bad as it is though. Like, even if people smoke indoors, it doesn't smell like anything. Like, people smoke in their houses with vapes, and it just, like, the smell doesn't stink. Or, like, it doesn't stick to things. Unlike with cigarettes. You like, I feel like you hold a cigarette once, and all your clothes smell like fucking burnt paper. It's terrible. But with vapes and stuff, like, it's actually way kind of less harmful. Unless it explodes in your back, in your pocket, and like you lose your limb. Yeah, then people doing it while you're trying to eat is still annoying. Yeah. For me, it's more annoying because I cringe at it. Like, I hate how people do it, like, all the time, and also... Okay, I'm gonna say something that is, like, very... It might be, like, a very kind of minor observation, and, like, you wouldn't understand it. But doesn't it seem like people vape while they talk to try to make them seem like like they're more busy or like more, how to say that? It's like you do in between stuff to make you seem like you're busier than you actually are. Trying to look cool or trying to make some kind of impression with it. I'm not sure, that might have been like a super random thing that I picked up upon, but like it really is super annoying. Like there is just that one streamer who I used to watch, and he would like talk, and then between him talking he would like inhale his vape, and then as he is exhaling it he would start talking, and he would do it like once every like minute and a half or something, and it's just like it makes him look like he's just like doing something, you know, or he's just talking to camera, like discussing topics, just doing like just chatting streams. But whenever he does this like motion with like inhaling it and like trying to talk as he's exhaling, which makes his voice sound ridiculous, it's just like, I don't know, I cringe at it super hard. Did you do that too, Nomad? Oh no. Don't do that. Now that I think about it, I think a lot of those things are just because of inability of people to sit still. Because I'm just trying to think, like, this like a restless thing whenever you just want to like inhale or exhale something. It's not even like that it's pleasant, or like if you're smoking a vape like that, it doesn't give you like a high or any, like it doesn't achieve like any kind of state of mind or like stuff that you would do alcohol for example, right? Or eat. Like it doesn't really change like the way you kind of feel. It's just really just the restlessness, kind of like with scrolling and stuff like that. You just can't sit still. You need to do something, but you don't really want to do anything, so you have this like this like blank movement you can just repeat on and on with no consequences or no like requirements for it. Isn't it interesting? And like with coffee, I think 1 or 2 small cups of coffee during workday because of that reason. Oh really? Smoking makes you a little high? Well, not from a vape, and it only does it for like a little bit. Right, like, and then like fades away within like minutes. And it's also like not a little high, it's just like a little dizzy. Join the funny clouds and I get it called. It calls me the fuck down. I don't know, would you not agree with this like kind of restless movement idea that I brought up? Does it not resonate? I feel like Remind here doesn't really do it. For what reason is it here? What is it thinking when I was adding it up? New PC screen just came in. Hey, let's go, Nuclear. Let's go, boss. Let's go. Hey, didn't even have to wait for that long. Nice. Good work. How that feeling? How is the Artin going now? What if I do a little bit of... Oh, I was thinking like putting kind of half of his body in like this shadow from this thing, but then I decided to do light from the back and like I don't know, I feel like I didn't think through this whole idea. What if I do lighting from this direction just to kind of highlight this a little more? This. Yeah, I think that's actually quite nice. Smooth as a motherfucker. Nice, dude, nice. Excited to see art that you will come up with. Let's go. Yeah, I feel like this adds some needed depth to it for sure. Oh yeah, also on a brighter note, I have checked when the Chainsaw Man movie comes out here. It actually comes out on the 30th. Imagine, in fucking Georgia land, it will be shown in movie theaters. I don't know what language though it will be shown on. We're gonna see. Hopefully they'll have like English subtitles or something. Actually, it probably... Hopefully it will have English subtitles. Yeah, but apparently I'll be able to see it in movie theaters, which is nice. And I don't know, dude. I'm still kind of thinking about like a second anime account and seeing how that would go. Imagine you tune into my stream and you see me doing anime art. Oh, dude. And one moment, one moment will change everything. The way you see me, the way I see myself. Oh, Molecular. Yeah, I'm working on a World of Warcraft character commission. Painting this Draenei character. It is a quick commission, so we're nearly done. I have like a little less than an hour on it. Just doing some polishing. Some more details. What you up to? What are you painting? If anything? You're gonna do something for a friend? There you go, nice. Nice. What kind of party will be doing for them? I don't know, but for some reason reading this made me want to do some art for myself as well. Just like for fun, not a commission. I just don't know what though. And usually, like, if I don't have like an idea that I want to paint for myself, usually it ain't a good idea to start on it. It's a good idea to already have like a full composition and concept in mind for the painting before you start it. Yeah, boys, tea time. I'll be right back. With my breakfast, boys. At 5 p.m. 100% vegan ham. Very full. Dude, I'm hungry. What can I do? Can't be arting on an empty stomach. It's actually distracting. This is surprisingly feeling though. You want some? Hold on. Dude, I need to buy more of these. Come on, take a bite. Mwah. Don't be shy. I'm sorry, I know it's disgusting. Just chewing on the stream. But hey, dude, it is what it is. We gotta provide the energy for this sufficient Artin. That's right, dude. Those guns ain't gonna grow themselves. And I have the tea too. You boys add anything to your tea, like sugar or something? Salt? Cream? Do people add cream to their tea? Imagine. The hell? but as a grown-up man, you cannot afford adding cream to freaking anything, dude. One last bite. For you boys. Mwah. God damn, it took a while to chew. Yeah, it's very tasty. Actually quite filling too, I ain't even as hungry anymore. Black tea, sugar, lemon. Sugar? No, don't add sugar. Lemon is good though, I assume. We're nearly done with this guy. Yeah, I used to add sugar in my tea whenever I was a kid. I would do like fucking 10 spoons or something. Man, it would taste sweet even without the sugar. Especially compared to the like super salty bacon. Just like plain tea with no sugar tastes sweet. Kinda interesting how your taste buds work. think we're done with this guy. I think we've done just about as much as I do in a quick mission. Looking good, looking crisp. The arm be leaking, yeah, like, there's some liquid here. Like, I'm sure from the bacon or something? What? The arm be leaking, yes. Bacon was dripping, I'm sure. What's the original signature? Seems to be a little more on the fingers though. Yeah, I might have enjoyed that bacon a little too much. Do you guys have that issue where you eat something and if it's like a little too salty, or even like just in general kind of having dinner close to bedtime, then you just wake up in the middle of night to drink water? I have that issue all the time. I hate it. Especially if I wake up kind of mid-dream and it ruins the dream. Bacon does that all the time. Just getting thirsty. It doesn't help though, right? You drink a lot and then you still like you get so thirsty that it wakes you up at night. At least that's been my experience. Maybe cool here. I think he's looking crisp. There's not really much contrast here between him and the spaceship, but that's kind of like by design. Not sure if that's like worked out as intended, but I think he's looking nice. He's looking fine. Let me save this up. This is commission number 95. Getting up there, boys. Getting up there with numbers. still nowhere near close to the last year. How did I freaking do it last year so much? And artwork number 108. Bad. Let's get right into the next one right away. Ooh. Oh, damn, this guy actually looking crisp, man. Looking quite interesting. Message the commissioner now where they are. Last year it was in 150s, in 150-ish number. Hold on, who is this even for? Let's look this up. Oh, I think I did remember. Yes. Found him. Yeah, I was trying to kind of have as you can see, differences in contrast and brightness throughout the character. Like kind of he's getting like more contrasty and dark at the bottom of the piece, and like more colorful but less contrasty brightness wise at the top. I don't know why, I just like had an idea to do that. Hey horror, hey dude, that was really fast summoning though, huh? God damn. Yeah, welcome in, friend. So I worked on so I started this art for you off stream a few days ago and popped it up on the stream just now. Hope you like how it's going. Looks mean as hell. Awesome. Awesome, yeah. I'm glad you like how it's turning out. Dude, I love kind of like the undead Death Knight vibes, even though he's a warrior. Like all this like necrolord, like bone color, also like the color of the skin just like makes you look like he's an undead warrior. Which I kind of like the vibe of that. We're just trying to capture it. Yep, you're looking very interesting. Yeah, Horror, and since you're here on the stream, if anything bothers you, feel free to let me know. Like, if you want to, like, implement some kind of small changes or anything, just, yeah, feel free to just let me know in the chat. Yeah, that's the low-key music, hell yeah. The soundtrack to this game is like my kind of ultimate Artin music. I swear it's been like... I've been listening to it every single morning for at least a year. Like, not now, but in the past, I've done that. And, like, it always gets me in the mood. For at least like hour and a half of this playing, I was like arting hard. No, it's awesome. I appreciate your trust in me. Like, it means a lot. Especially, like, whenever you said, like, kinda no particular mood. And recently I've been really trying to have characters to have, like, kinda strong character impression in them. You know, like, I feel like I've done a lot of artworks where characters are... It's not really clear, like, who they are, like, what the vibe is and stuff like that. They might look cool and everything, but it's a little bit of a blank cool, you know? Like, kind of quote-unquote just cool. And I've been trying to really, like, make characters kind of, like, unique and, like, have a very, very strong, like, feel to them. Yeah. I think it's kind of risky, though, especially with commissions. Like, if I'm going for a very, very strong vibe of one sort, it might, like, actually go the opposite way of, like, what you're imagining about your character. But yeah, I'm glad it worked out, though. I feel like it's a risk worth taking for sure. I feel like this is a quite strong impression. It's just like looking down on people, like you're being all covered in blood. Like we've done the anatomy being quite stylized and everything. Like, for example, I can show you what I mean. Like a piece from last year that I did. There was like quite a good artwork, was received really well. This one, right? You know, cool looking art, everything, but at the same time, it's like there ain't really much to her. Like, you don't really... There's no really, like, vibe to this character. It's like she's neither this or that. And even though the art's looking cool and the commissioner was happy and everything, but it's like it doesn't really tell anything. And I kind of don't like that. I would want for you to, like, look at the character and immediately kind of feel what they're about and stuff like that. I want to portray some emotion, something about this character. Yeah, exactly. It's something that I've been really focusing on in my art lately. think I have a clear vision of what you're gonna go for. It should be fine. Well, I don't necessarily think so. I feel like my vision, like that's the danger. Like my vision can not be the same as my commissioner's vision for a character. And also, it's quite a it's quite more difficult task to, you know, to showcase that vision. Like I might have an idea, but then it's kind of like putting it down to paper is another thing. Yeah, because let me tell you, dude, it's way harder to do that than just like painting character looking just cool, you know. This is what I found. Maybe it's just kind of now because it's like a newer thing to me. Not sure. Yeah, for sure. It's also like a little difficult sometimes to portray someone else's vision because, like for example, the piece that we just finished, like this one, the mood was heroic or determined, right? And that's like, right? How do you really showcase that? So, but here, since he was wearing the Draenei heritage armor, I did like the little Bendicar thing in the back. And I feel like it kind of worked out to fit the mood, well, hopefully. But it's also, you know, ain't necessarily clear how to do that. I feel like in the art before that, if you remember, like the drunk girl in the tavern, I feel like that piece was able to really kind of showcase the mood Commissioner meant in mind for her. Yeah, I imagine people usually imagine just some kind of like action pose. But again, I've done those so many times that they kind of feel generic to me. I mean, not like it's like necessarily anything bad about them, but like they just by themselves don't really convey much. Well, Todoro, do you have any tutorials? Dude, not really. Not really. What is it that you're struggling with, digital with? I need to do the chain here. Pretty bad. Who's the art mentor? Is that like a channel? The art mentor, goddamn. Where do you charge for a piece like this? $125 for an art like this. Yeah, dude, blood splatters is just like, it's such an artistic like element because you can like go so dark and so saturated on it that I like literally, like without it the piece would have been like way less contrasty. Just kind of crazy how like easy it is to bring this kind of contrast in the art, and also like that it kind of fits thematically too. Gonna watch Mark Burnett more since he's doing stylized art. I do stylized. I don't know, dude. I ain't a fan of Mark Burnett. I don't know if you've been on the stream for a while, you know that. I do think that his tips are bad. His art ain't as good, and I think his videos are very. What was the word that I'm using for it? Disingenuous, or yeah, like it's not genuine. That's what I was saying. Because like every single video is just like a promotion of his art tutorials, like his art, quote unquote, school, that is just repackaged knowledge that is available for free on YouTube, and he's just like slamming it into every single video. So it's like super clear that he isn't there to like teach people anything, he's just there to like promote his cash grab. Yes, nuclear. I feel like it was a joke at first, but they even ironically been talking about him. ML. Hey, how you doing, buddy? We're referring to Mark Burnett on YouTube. People saying that he's the best. Box inside and wire inside and looks like. Wait, what do you mean? You mean Mark Burnett? Yeah, and there's just something about intentionality, like especially with like online with content creators, you really kind of, it's not only what they sell, it's kind of like the vibe and like what they're doing it for. And if I know that I'm being like sort of like promoted to, like I don't know how to say that, I'm being like he's just trying to sell me something, right? It's not like a genuine video, like an expression of his like ideas and beliefs. It's just like that's a sales speech, right? So that it just makes me like not want to enjoy them and give them as much credit. I don't know, maybe people don't care about it as much, and like, or they don't like look into it as much as I do. I don't know, I think you should. Especially nowadays, I feel like it's very good to judge people by like how authentic they are. Can you have both a product as some useful information in the free video? I don't think the information in the free video is any good, honestly speaking. I think it's very, very meat at best. But I can get more into it. Like I can even, I don't know, I can do like a whole video like providing example and stuff like that. Gonna go for breakfast now though. I'll be right back, boys. You can watch the thumbnail how I started this, or at the speed paint. You can see how many poses I've tried to on this guy. Yeah, boys, we're here. Hey, Absurd. Hey, Elegum. Let's get back to it. Have you seen how many poses I've tried on that time lapse? I haven't been lucky with just getting it from the first try recently, but I think it's nothing to be ashamed of. When a 24.5-inch monitor? Nice, dude, nice. To be honest, a small monitor, like a smaller than that, even like that big of a deal. I feel like we get used to anything we look at for a long enough time. It's like, dude, people paint on their like iPad and stuff, on their phones and things, right? So like, even a 17, like 19-inch monitor, you can get used to. It does feel bad at first though, but you get adapted to it. Again, this guy making me feel exhausted, really? Why? 13-inch? That's, what is that? What device was that? Gear looks heavy. Yeah, that's actually one of the like during the time lapse you might have seen like all the other poses being like quote unquote more dynamic, but I feel like this pose kind of conveys way more movement because of like, yeah, you can actually like almost feel like how heavy the armor is and like the weapon. Which actually, dude, can we just like admire for a second that these weapons like I don't know how these things are called in English, like the spiky ball on a chain. Like there are only like a few of them in WoW, and they're actually such like a they have such like fantasy medieval vibe to them that it's actually kind of crazy that you don't have more of them in WoW. Meanwhile, to granite the Hamas weapon, where does it come from? It does feel like something from Dragonflight whenever they've been adding like a lot of more like realistic looking transmog. Is that from that time? Standard laptop screen size? Oh, is it really? Damn. Oh, that's like a small, like working laptop, so to say, or like the laptop that you would usually do like some just texting and stuff on. One of those machines. It's from Treasure Hunt and Dragonflight? From Treasure Hunt? Hmm. Wait, is it from like digging up dirts in Dragonflight? Or was there another treasure hunt that I haven't participated in? Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever gotten it. I got the mount from it, from the dirt digging. And I gave up on it. One of the bite-sized puppies. Hmm. Oh, yeah, dude. Doom? Yeah, glad you like it, man. Thank you. I ain't sure how to do the chain here visible enough though, because it's like it's a little bit of a mess here. Maybe we can like splatter blood on it or something. Yeah, although with this kind of weapon, I think it's not only about like getting the appearance right, it's actually also they would probably require some kind of like animation change. Because like the way you would attack with this kind of weapon is different than with just like a sword or a mace. So it's like a lot of work to get this right. Yeah, exactly. Like it still hits like a regular one. And I think if they wanted to go like full RPG vibes with WoW, they would have made weapons like matter way more, and let's say even like change the way you play, or like maybe like think Frost Death Knight, like one-headed and two-handed Frost Death Knight. Like how big of a change that makes. Actually, like I don't know how much change, how big of a change it does. Like I think it's like quite some. Like those are just different builds, right? Wouldn't that be cool if you could like play character with one build and just like another build? It only depends on the weapon that you're carrying. Hey Nikki, would you like it? Yeah, Doomer, that wouldn't do for WoW probably, but yeah. Like we're talking World of Warcraft specifically, because this character is on World of Warcraft. Wow, I have not corrupted my soul many years. Oh really? When was the last time you played it? Ooh, I didn't even notice that, but he actually has like a cape. Him, right? I didn't emphasize that at all. Maybe I should do that. See if that would make any sense at all. Early what? Oh damn. Yeah, it was a long time ago. Damn. that was over a decade ago, wasn't it? Hey Taco. Yeah, dude. I haven't been wearing those in a long time as well. But yeah, that is very true that it's way less fun without friends. 100%. Well, less addicting without friends either, so. Yeah, dude, I've been painting WoW exclusive stuff for like nearly 2 years now. Of just like WoW and WoW alone. Turns out WoW community is literally the best community to do commissions for. And it's kind of lucky that that's the game that I like the most as well. Hell yeah. Dude, I wish they had more hype stuff in WoW though. That is something that I miss. You know how like, I don't know, dude, animes or like, even like how League had Arcane, like they need more stuff like that in WoW. Like I'm really confused on why they ain't doing that anymore. Or like, I guess they've never done it, but at least they had kind of like cinematics being hype and stuff like that. That is what WoW really misses. That is from Katana Zero, but yeah, that song is popular. I don't know if that's a YouTube short song or not. I mean, that's promising, but we need some old school stuff. Yeah, dude. Like, Warcraft used to be so inspired by Warhammer a lot. And I feel like that is really what they miss. And Warhammer is just like endless war. Like literally they just like everybody just exists to fight each other, and that's kind of like the whole point of it. And not like it's super deep or anything, but it's at least there's like vibe to it, right? But it feels like with WoW there hasn't been like a vibe to it. Like not like a vibe that you wouldn't like, but just like no vibe at all, sorta. Which I think kinda is very damaging for it. 80% of all shorts on there? Seriously? I don't know. I like this song though. I don't remember when was the first time I heard it. Maybe it was on YouTube. Yeah, exactly, Doomer. And just I don't know, maybe it's not the case for other people, and that's like why they don't invest money into it. But I don't know if, like I say, if I wasn't playing WoW and I wouldn't want to like play it, but then I saw something like Arcane but on WoW universe, I would have 100% came back. They would have had me back so fucking fast. We wouldn't even finish the first episode. Like especially with a subscription-based game, like isn't it like the most fucking popular thing or like the most important thing there? Sienna clear. It's actually, speaking about that, that's like one of the personal arts I wanted to do. It's kind of on this Silver Moon conflict, like maybe Horde, Blood Elves just fighting Alliance in Silver Moon, just because that's kind of like what community really wants to see, like a fucking bloodbath with Blood Elves and humans. Like I don't want to paint that in the style of Warhammer 40k illustration with like a mountain of corpses, just like rivers of blood and like all the soldiers being like the bulkiest fucking things ever. Like in Warhammer like 40k spacesuits. I give WoW another go in the future if it plays like other competitive games with solo rank queues, having the guilds and set schedules like before. Dude, that's where it's heading though. Like that is exactly where they're heading. Into more solo queue stuff, like less social and things like that. Yeah, I couldn't do guilds and schedules anymore either. I think that's and I feel like that's become like more and more like preferred way for people to play, even though that's like, yeah, that's actually against the MMO idea, but it's also like what people like. No, I think it's just like times are just different. Yeah, busy and old. Busy and old. That's depressing, dude. To be honest, I don't think it's a problem with WoW necessarily. I think it's just gaming in general. Like, it feels like at some point you're just you just start treating gaming differently. There is no way, like, there is no reason to try to fit WoW into that like your new way of looking at games. It's not like WoW should change. It's like you either accept it as it is or not. At least that's kind of what I'm thinking for myself. Do you remember most of your keybinds in WoW after all those years? Damn, dude. Yeah, I can imagine. I would do too. Like if I come back after like a few months of not playing, like I still like I don't need to like relearn anything. It just like comes right back. Muscle memory is crazy. Yeah, I don't think you need as many keybinds if you don't play PvP. That's like a big thing. If you ain't PvPing, you don't need like that many keybinds. Oh yeah, and in the next expansion, they like removing half of your abilities as well. So like you're gonna have even less. You're gonna be able to play on the controller. Oh yeah, dude, I hated that as well. I feel like that's one of the reasons why I was like never like why I never got any good in PvP because I didn't want to embrace that. Like I just didn't want to have fucking all my spells down to like all the arena targets. It's just not as fun. Right? Like I played a mage and I had like uh fucking 4 counter spells and 4 polymorph buttons. Like why? Right? Why? Ain't fun. Wasn't fun. Yeah, I don't know if you like referring to what you've heard about them, but like yeah, they're getting rid of all the add-ons as well, pretty much. So excited for that. Race, class, or style characters that you like to draw. I kind of vibe with everything. Like I've painted so many WoW characters. I kind of just. Mm, I feel like if you set your favorite, that means that all of the rest of them are kind of like not your favorite, and I'm trying to not have not a favorite, if that makes sense. Yeah, I think I've drawn gnomes only maybe a few times. Like actually like a few times. Maybe once or twice. Just a few goblins either. Yeah, like some races there are very little of them. I do not necessarily have like a favorite. I like painting dragfears. I like painting like, you know, all the elves, humans, and stuff like that. There are a few races that I find like more challenging than the others, though. I would say Vulpiras and Pandas are like the most difficult ones. Worgens are fine, but Vulpiras and Pandas, dude, there's like, especially Vulpiras. There's something about Vulpiras, like their proportions, their like facial structure, they're just like no meaning. Like they're actually like the most difficult ones. And I don't like dislike them or anything. Like I actually feel like they're kind of cool looking. But they are definitely like give me so much more challenge to paint them. Armor types, well, you if you want to paint WoW characters, you gotta like vibe with painting metal, that's for sure. Because that stuff is everywhere. Actually, let's give this a little bit of more of a metal look. Now we're at it. Yeah, I do really love the bulky metal like vibe of WoW armor. Cloth as well. Yeah, I kind of vibe with everything. I would say you're asking about armor types. I would say it's more about like the class identity. And if you think about that, like there are definitely a few classes that have like very, very narrow class identity. Like let's say if you're thinking rogues, if you're thinking like priests or paladins, like that's a very like white and black aesthetic, right? Like there's no like nuance about them, at least for the most part, right? Like I think with warriors you can get away with like a lot of interesting different stuff, but like a lot of classes are just like one-sided, for example, or like yeah, like death knights, demon hunters. It's just like one aesthetic to them, right? And even if the aesthetic is super cool, it will like kind of get I won't say boring after a while, but definitely kind of repetitive and wouldn't feel like as unique. Running around in stealth is a disc priest, or was that a thing, really? Hey, astronaut. Hey, dude, that's that's awesome. Thank you, man. Hey, hello to your four friends. Yeah, I don't recall that, dude. That was so long ago. But yeah, like painting characters aesthetic-wise, I feel like monks are really cool because like they can be like they have their own aesthetic, but they're also kind of like almost free of aesthetics, if that makes sense. I feel like for some reason rogues like maybe it's like I do struggle with rogues, but it feels like they're kind of a little bit samey, or maybe like I kind of ran into that issue myself. Like I always try to base a rogue's aesthetic on like stealth and shadows and like smoke, that kind of stuff. Yeah, maybe it's actually like a me kind of issue. Like I always paint rogues as subtlety rogues. But you can, yeah, you can be like, you can get into like potion brewing or being an outlaw. Yeah, I think I'm just, maybe it's just me being stuck on that one aesthetic. Shamans are definitely the coolest, and mages too. Like, dude, I feel like mages are like, that's the superhero of WoW. Even lore-wise, mages are just freaking overpowered. Boomer, I think you're one of the few WoW, like, WoW PvPers who has like a good memory about the game, or positive memory about it. Seems like ex-PvPers just like hate game for like whatever reason. Seems like you have quite a positive memory about it. I don't know, dude. I don't consider it being like one button wise for PvP, especially arena. It's just like you just don't get to play the game, you know. Like no matter what you play is, if you play against like a good group, maybe you're not as good yourself. Maybe I'm just better. But like it's so hard to play your character. You're just getting fucking CC forever. Yeah, but I was like, I would say I was pretty bad at VP. Like the most I've gotten to was like 2100, and that felt like a crawl rather than like an interesting journey. Yeah, that's just I would say PvP in general rather than. Uh, I don't know. With WoW, there's something in particular like that you're literally unable to play your guy because you're getting a chain CC for like fucking 14 seconds. Yeah, that not everybody here will be able to reminisce about a decade ago WoW expansion, especially about War. For PP, there was like literally nothing to do in the game when it comes to War. Oh. Literal remix is fun, yeah. It is super fun. Like people enjoying it so much. I don't know. I haven't been playing it that much. I think I just got a little burned out of WoW recently. And I might come back to it before it's over. Yeah, boys, I have a call in 15 minutes with my student, so I'm probably gonna go get ready for that. And yeah, horror, I'm gonna finish this art tomorrow. I'm still laying down with it, so I'm gonna continue tomorrow, do more progress, do more rendering, and finish it up and send it to you. But I think this is it for today, boys. Thank you very much for watching. We're gonna getting back into rhythm of streaming daily, and soon numbers gonna rise up. We're gonna stream for like 5-8ish hours as usual. Right, guys, see you tomorrow. Bye bye.